Good morning, my beautiful bookish people. Happy Tuesday morning. I am so super energized this morning. I have like a ton of energy. I slept very good last night and I am at the bookstore, Barnes & Noble, ready to go in here and purchase some books. The reason why I am so super excited about this Barnes & Noble shopping haul is because it is the first shopping haul that I am doing at Barnes & Noble for my subscriber recommendations. So y'all join me this morning in Barnes & Noble, which they will open up in about 5 minutes. And we are going to go in here and we're going to find the books that some of my subscribers recommended for me to purchase. I am so super excited, y'all. So super excited. I like to get to the bookstores like when they first opened up because there's not that many people in there and it is just so much easier to browse, to take videos and things of that nature, little bookish Instagram and TikTok pictures and reels, because there's not that many people there. So we are here right as the store is about to open, and of course I'm not by myself, but it's still just not that many people here already, because you know there are plenty of people like us who love the bookstore. I am not going to tell you guys right at this moment what books that was recommended for me to buy. We will just look for them and talk about them as we actually find them in the bookstore, and I will see if I feel like I would want to read any of the books. Some of the books that I have been recommended are books that I already have, and some of them are not. So I am super excited to be able to look at the books that I don't have, read the back of the books with you guys, and see if we actually want to read that particular book. I hope I will, or if I'm gonna read the back of the book to see if I want to read it, because if I don't feel like the information on the back of the book, or like if the cover is not interesting enough for me, I don't know if I will purchase it. But even though like I have purchased some books that the covers looked like trash, but the content was so super good. So guys, if you're not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. Tell a friend about my channel and ask them if they want to be a part of our bookish space, because they love books. The other day when I was at my daughter's house, I had my Kindle, y'all, and she was telling me, she was like, I have a friend, she has a Kindle, and like she has like a ton of stickers on her Kindle, like a ton. And I told her, I said, yeah, that's just how us bookish girls do. And I showed her my Kindle and she said, no mama, she got way more books than stickers on there than you do. I was like, really? She was like, yeah. So all my Kindle girlies, if you can pop up a picture of what your Kindle currently looks like right now, and let's pick and see which one is the dopest Kindle at this present moment. How often do y'all change y'all Kindle profile, like what your Kindle looks like? I don't change mine as often as I think I probably should, but I change it kind of often. But anyway guys, I see people walking up to the bookstore, so we are going to get out of this car and we are going to go into Barnes & Noble and see if we can find these books that are on my subscriber recommendation list. I am so freaking excited. Alright, y'all, the first book that I am looking for is Grown Folks by Victoria Christopher Murphy. I kind of figure that it is going to be in the fiction section of the store because it's Victoria Christopher Murphy. And then we also have Night Road by Kristin and The Kind of Mother by Rumaan. Never heard of that book, but I'm wondering if they are in the actual fiction section of the bookstore. So let's look. Y'all, I hear so many stories about Sister Soldier, this author. I have a few, or at least one of her books, and I'm going to see like if I actually like it. If I do, I'm gonna purchase more books of this author because it is a Black author. I've heard some people talk about this book as well. The cover does not strike my attention, but I do hear some good things about this book. I also hear a lot of people talk about John Mars, the one, Danny Reed. She talked about this book. She said she really liked this book. I did read a John Mars book. It was the You Killed Me First. It wasn't a top pick of mine for his writing. I have read one other book by this author as well, but she's always talking, well, she had some good things to say about the one, so I don't know if I want to try to pick this book up or not today. It's not on the buy one get one half off, so hopefully I was thinking that I could get a lot of books that was on the buy one half off section of the bookstore, but I don't know. We'll see. What you guys think about this book? I've heard plenty of people talk about The Conditions of Will, also by Jessica Hastings. I have not read this book yet. Very, very interested in reading this book. I read the first book to this series, have not picked up the second book yet. So you guys tell me, is the second book worth picking up? For Locke, that is a great book. I read book 1 and 2 of that series. Have not read this one yet, but I do have it on my shelf. This one is the last book to this series. Don't want the series to end, so I have not read this one as of yet, but I love the covers of these books. This is the next book in this series. I checked it out at my local library, but I had to end up returning it. I love Done and Dusted, so I think I might purchase this one. As you see, it is on the buy one get one half off, so this might be one of the books that we get today. Actually, guys, this is not the one that I'm looking for. I'm looking for Swift and Saddle, so we probably won't get this one today. We'll get the other one if it is buy one get one half off. I I just was looking at a vlog this morning and she was talking about this book. It is Every Time by Charlene Thomas. Buy one, get one half off. Black author. So we might pick this one up today. Okay, thank you. Oh, that's a pretty cover. Alright guys, so I had to get some help looking up some of these books, but we did find some, the ones that I could actually get from the bookstore and did not have to be ordered. So Grown Folks Business needed to be ordered, so I didn't get that one today. And Vanessa's Jarred Got a Man, that one needed to be ordered, so I didn't get that one today. But we did find Night Road by Kristin. I want to say, I'm going to have to look on my Goodreads to see if I actually read this book. I want to say I either read this book on Kindle or something. But it is Night Road by Kristin Hannah. And this was a recommendation by Val. Thank you. And then we have That Kind of Mother by this author here. This one was also recommended to me by Val, so we're gonna try this one. I think it says That Kind of Mother, and it says in 1985, and like many first mothers, Rebecca Stone finds herself equally overwhelmed and overjoyed by her newborn son. Struggling to balance the demand of new motherhood, Rebecca leans on Priscilla, the family nanny, who brings much needed order to the household, even as she shakes Rebecca's perception of the world. As questions of race, either Rebecca's cloistered life for the first time, she has the opportunity to finally comfort the blind spots of her own privilege. Rebecca feels so profoundly connected to the woman who has taught her what it means to be a mother that when Priscilla dies unexpectedly in childbirth, it seems strangely natural for Rebecca to step forward to adopt the baby. But she is unprepared for what it means to be a white mother with a black son. As she soon learns, navigating motherhood will be a matter of learning how to raise two children whom she loves with equality, but whom the world is determined to treat differently. With the same warmth and psychological acidity that defines his debate. Val, I think this book might be interesting, so we are going to pick up That Kind of Mother by this author here, and it is a black author. And I forgot, and I'll pop up your name, who recommended this book to me, but it is Raybearer by Jordan, this author. Very, very cutesy book. I love the cover of this book. It looks like it could be like a YA book, but it was actually like, I think in the fiction section, but it says, Tarasha has always longed for the warmth of a family. She was raised in isolation by a mysterious, often absent mom known only as the Lady. When Taraya comes of age, the Lady sends her to the capital of the global empire of Austria to compete with other kids to be chosen as one of the Crown Prince Council of 11. So yeah, I think this is a sci-fi book. From what the lady up front told me, it is like a sci-fi fiction book. So I do want to try my hand in some sci-fi. So this book is just $11.99. So I think I will pick up this book. Girl, thank you for the recommendation for this book. The other book that you suggested, recommended, it has to be ordered, and I just didn't feel like ordering any books today. But this is a sci-fi book, sci-fi fiction, and I really don't read that genre, but we will today. Thank you so much, everyone, for your recommendations, and I will be so happy to read these books. Guys, I saw this book on the shelf. It is The Fall of Brady Reed by Morgan Elizabeth. The cover just kind of sparked my attention when I seen it. The words are not that big, but the book itself is pretty big. I don't even know how much this book costs because I don't see a price on it, but I don't know what sparked my attention to this book, but it did. It said, what if you actually had a high FBI agent watching your search history while you plot revenge on an ex, and what if it became his mission to keep you out of trouble? When Olivia Anderson gets left at the altar, she decides to do what all modern women do, hit up Google. When a couple of searches land her in a support group of jittered brides who immediately takes the reins and decides they all deserve revenge on their exes. So this one kind of reminds me of 1201 because that is kind of like what she did. But I don't know what it is about this book that sparked my attention, but I think I want to get it. It looks like it has a hell of a playlist. It has some Taylor Swift songs, Eden Sharton, Renee Rapp. I don't know. Alright guys, just a recap of the books that we might get today is this one here, and then we got this one, That Kind of Mother. We have the Kristin Hannah, which is Night Row. I don't have this one. I have a lot of her other ones on my shelf, but not this one. This one just looks so cute. So It's You Every Time by Charlene Thomas. We're going to pick up this one. And my heart is just so set on picking up The Fall of Brady Reed. So, I don't know. Maybe we'll get out of here, y'all. Hey guys, so we are back home from that well needed book shopping vlog. I did not put myself on a book buying ban because I never do that, because I have been to Walmart buying little books at a time, probably like 1 or 2 books at a time. So I would never put myself on a book buying ban, but I just have not in, I want to say like almost a month, been to the actual bookstore as far as like a Barnes and Noble, and bam, but we went today and I enjoyed myself so freaking much, y'all. The store had just opened, but still there were people just floating in, just like the store had been open for like hours. But I had my microphone on while I was in there, so I wasn't worrying about if I was talking loud enough. And I actually felt comfortable talking in this camera during the time that I was there at that bookstore. So that is a plus for me, because I have been like on the fence when it came down to like talking on this camera in public. And I also did me some great thumbnail clips so that I can have a great thumbnail for this vlog. So guys, I showed you the books that I got from Barnes and Noble today, but I just wanted to end this vlog by showing you guys or telling you guys what really brought my attention to all of these books that I got from Barnes and Noble today, because I truly was not expecting to be getting as many as I did. But hey, you're a book girly, you go in the store, sometimes you can control yourself and other times you cannot. Today I just was not able to control myself because there were books that I wanted, and then there were books that I needed to get because my subscribers asked me to check these books out. So we're going to start with the first one, which is a Kristin Hannah book, which is Night Road. There is nothing special about the cover that brought me to this book. It's just that I have and they're being hidden by the other books, but I have a ton of books on Kristin Hannah. I read The Women by Kristin Hannah, and I just absolutely fell in love with her writing, and ever since then I have been wanting to read a Kristin Hannah book. I read Four Winds by her, fell in love with her writing, so Val suggested that I get Night Road by Kristin Hannah, so that's the only reason why I actually picked this book up physically other than reading it on my Kindle. We have another book recommended by Val, That Kind of Mother by that author there. The cover is really dainty, and I really love that about a book, because sometimes when the cover is dainty like this, there is really some good stuff inside of these books. So I read a few lines from the first chapter in this book, and then I also read the back of this book with you guys in the bookstore, and I am so super interested in reading this book because of the diversity that will be inside of this book as far as culture wise, as white and black. So thank you, Val, for suggesting this book right here for me to pick up. I am definitely ready to read that one. And my other subscriber popped up her name. She recommended this book. She recommended two books that I have not seen before, but the other book was not actually in store. It was in their warehouse and they would have had to ship it to me, and I just didn't want to do that today. But we did pick up this one, Raybearer by Jordan, and I don't know that last name, but the cover, when the lady pulled this book off the shelf, and when she told me it was sci-fi, when she was looking it up, she was like, it's sci-fi fiction. I was like, ooh, I don't know if I want to read that or not. But when she pulled it off the shelf and handed it to me, I was like, oh my god, that is a beautiful cover. That is a really pretty cover. So that is what drew my attention to this book. Reading the synopsis or some of it on the back of this book brought my attention to this book. And also I do want to get into some sci-fi fiction reading just to see if I will like it. Not to say that I will read it all the time, because I don't know, that's just not my genre. And then as I was looking inside the book chapters all start out with some great graffiti on them. And guys, I just love a book that has a map in the beginning of it, because every time I read about a city, country, or part of this map, I'm always coming back to this map to like see where it is in the world. And then like part one, like look at there. So freaking cute. That says part 1, and then like at the beginning of each chapter you have a graffiti looking chapter like this. So that is what drew my attention to this book, also just by looking through it. And as you see, as it goes on down to the chapters, it's still the same thing. I was flipping through this book, as y'all know I always do, and I see a lot of page breaks in here. I see a lot of quotations, like all the things, so that let me know that there should be a ton of conversation inside of that book, and that is exactly what I love. I was walking by the bookshelf, spotted this book, and just the cover itself brought my attention to this book because it was just screaming so much of us, y'all. Look at it. It's the fall windows. You got the computer. You got your journal tablet, your coffee. Y'all, it has a candle there, and then like it has all the stickies and everything on the wall. Like, this is just screaming us. This is screaming us so bad. So I picked it up from that, for that purpose alone. And then like I flipped through the book like this, of course y'all already know, as to see like what the pages look like. Huge page breaks everywhere, and of course you guys know that I love that in a book. It even actually has conversations in this book, as far as look like text messages or something. Ooh, y'all, a whole page of it. So I really did like this book strictly for the cover, and then when I actually read it, I was like, okay, this reminds me of 1201, and I'm just so here for it. But as I look at it now, which I did not read that when I first looked at this book, but it says it is book 3 in a series of revenge. So with that being said, I guess I will have to get book 1 and 2 in this book series so that I won't be totally freaking lost. I did see that up there, but I just didn't pay any of attention. So it says Seasons of Revenge. 'Tis the season for revenge and cruel summer. And then it's The Fall of Bradley Reed. So I will look on Amazon, see if I can see these 2 books, and then I will actually pick those 2 books up, just so that I will be in line with the series. And then I'll probably go online and see like if I read these out of order, like would it really mess me up in that particular way. But that's cool because I can always get the other 2 books that's in that series. Strictly got this one because it was another book that was buy one get one half off. But also I have been hearing so many great stories about Six of Crows by Leigh. Oh, I don't even know how to say that last name, y'all, and I'm not gonna butcher it, but it says six dangerous outcasts, one impossible heist. So I have been hearing so many good things about this book. Kalila D talks about this book, and there are others that I have seen talk about this book. When I actually picked this book up and went to the register, the girl that helped me at the register, she was saying that this right here was also a good book. So I just could not help but to pick this book up because I just hear so many great things about this book. Ketterdam, a bustling hub of international trade where anything can be had for the right price, and no one knows that better than criminal protege Kaz Burker. Kaz is offered a chance at a deadly heist that would make him rich beyond his wildest dreams, but he can't pull it off alone. Kaz's crew are the only ones who might stand between the world and destruction if they don't kill each other first. So it looks like there are a few books to this series. The series apparently is called the Shadow and Bone trilogy. So I'm guessing, guys, that it is Six of Crows, and then Corrupt Kingdom, Shadow and Bone, Surge and Storm, and then Run and Rising. And then it said don't miss Kings of Scars. So if you guys have read this series, let me know. Do y'all like this series? Have y'all read this series? Do you feel like I will actually enjoy that book? And this one right here, I actually bought this one because it would have offset for me to get another BOGO. So I picked this one up. I have been seeing this one in Walmart on so many occasions, and I'm like, I truly want to pick up that book because of just the cover alone. And then most of them, they have the sprayed edges, but it was in paper hardback in Walmart every time that I saw it, and I was like, I'm just not willing to pay that much for a hardback book of a book that I'm just so on the fence about. But today, the lady in the line, she convinced me to buy this, The Spell Shop by Sarah Beth Darst, however you say her last name. So we did pick up The Spell Shop. Y'all, I love the cover of this book. It just screams fantasy, fairy tale land to me, and I'm just so here for it. It says, Kyla has always had trouble dealing with people. Thankfully, as a librarian at the Great Library of Asylum, she and her assistant Kaz, a magically spider plant, have spent the last decades among the Empire's most precious spell books, preserving their magic for the city elite. When a revolution began and the library goes into flames, she and Cass flee with all the spell books they are carrying and head to the remote island Kyla never thought she'd see again, her childhood home. Taking refuge there, Kyla discovers... Hold on, y'all. Taking refuge there, Kyla discovers... Give me just a second, guys. Guys, I am so sorry. I had to take care of some business for my mom. You know, when it comes down to these moms, I'm gonna make sure, or my mom, I'm gonna make sure I have everything that I need to take care of her physically and emotionally. But I was actually reading the back of this book, but I don't know. I'm hoping that I will like it. Of course, again, the girl that was up front told me that she is actually in the middle of reading this book right now, and it is pretty cutesy. So hopefully I will think it's pretty cutesy too. I love the way at the beginning of each chapter, it has this little thing. It looked like some berries, like some raspberries or strawberries or something like that. And it is at the beginning of every chapter. I think that it's just so cute. It has the purple spray edges. Of course, the cover is stunning. And guys, I did not notice that, but look, this part of it is actually purple as well. And that is on the front and the back. So we got one more book that we bought. It never fails, y'all. Whenever I decide that I want to talk to my YouTube family, TikTok family, Instagram family, everybody always want to call Yolanda. But regardless, the last book that we picked up was this one, is You Every Time by Charlene Thomas. I strictly picked this one up because I was looking at one of the people that I follow on YouTube, and she actually talked about this book this morning, and it was on the buy one get one half off table, and it's by a Black author, and it is such a cutesy little book. And I love a cutesy little second chance at romance, true love, pregnancy trope, just all those types of trope. I love books like that, especially during this time of the year with it being summer. So we picked up It's You Every Time by Charlene Thomas. Guys, I went in there and came out with 7 freaking books, and I only went in there to specifically pick up books from my subscriber recommendations. But it's cool, it's okay. I have not done that in such a long time, and like I said, guys, it just felt so freaking good to be in the bookstore when there was people in there but really wasn't people in there, and I can just just sit there and just indulge in being in a bookstore. Usually I always like to sit there and like read like a chapter at least one of the books that I am totally interested in. But I actually kind of did that today, but I didn't do it because I was doing other things like getting some reels and photos for Instagram and TikTok. If you're not following me over there, y'all, follow me over there on TikTok, which is Yolanda's_books, Instagram, Yolanda's_books, and then also follow me on my Goodreads, y'all. Y'all will be able to know exactly what I'm reading, when I'm reading it, when I'm done, what I think about it, the stars, like all the things. So follow me over there. I'm kind of, I don't know if I'm gonna still keep like updating my Goodreads as much as I do, because I really have gotten very impressed with Fable and Storegraph. So I'll probably be doing more over there than I actually do on Goodreads. So follow me over there as well so that you can get more in-depth things of how I feel about books. But I'll probably just keep all three of them up for all the people that's in 1, 2, and 3. But anyway, guys, thank you for joining me on this subscriber recommendation bookstore vlog. I enjoyed you guys so freaking much today. It felt so good to be in the vicinity of just so many books that everywhere you look, there is just a cover that is beautiful. I was in heaven. I always be in heaven when I'm in a bookstore, and I'm always in heaven when I'm talking to you guys. So if you're not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. Tell a friend about my channel. If they love books, tell them they need to be a part of this space, because hey, they're missing out. So guys, I will see you guys next time on my next vlog. I love you guys. Thank you for your support. Bye.